Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the tech news update for Monday, May 23rd, 2016. And today in our tech news update, we have the new Windows 10 minimum requirements. Starting with the anniversary update, new official minimum requirements will be asked for users. The changes are rather minimal and won't affect much, but one of the first things that we know is that anything that's called mobile, so that it can run the mobile version of Windows 10, is now anything that is smaller than 9 inches. That's an increase in the size of the devices. The other difference here is that if you have of course, if you have a desktop version, that is going to be 7 inches or more. So a tablet will need to be at least 7 inches to run the desktop version. And in the RAM, they were saying, well, 1 gigabyte for 32-bit system, 2 gigabytes minimum for 64-bit. They've decided 2 gigabytes for 32 and 64. So no more 1 or 2, it's 2 gigabytes minimum for running the different operating system, 32 or 64 bits. So these are the minor changes that they've brought to Windows 10. And I would guess that, as we get into newer versions of Windows 10 with all the updates that are going to happen in the future, slowly that minimum requirement will be upped also. Well, the Feedback Hub, which is an extremely interesting idea and really helped shape Windows 10 the way it is, and in the future also with how it's going to be, is now available everywhere on every devices. They, started by having it only on the Insider Preview machines, but now they decided, well, I think it's a good idea to have it everywhere. So just check it out. Everybody can now make a comment and shape the future of Windows 10. Well, we've got a interesting case here of a ransomware called Teslacrypt. It's a variant of the CryptoLocker encrypting files ransomware. And basically, the hackers behind this decided that, well, we're going to stop doing it. And so they released the key, the master key, to be able to unencrypt files from computers. So basically, if you were infected or have somebody infected with this Teslacrypt ransomware, you can head out to ESET, that makes the NOT32 antivirus. They have a free tool you can download that will decrypt all the files for you. So it's interesting to see that they've decided to, that's a surprise move. They decided to give the master key. Kind of interesting. And as well as issuing a, I'm sorry, we shouldn't have done this. Chromebooks apparently outsold Macs in the US for the first time ever last month. And that is very interesting. It seems that Chromebooks are popular, but you know what? One of the things that probably makes them popular also is the fact that they are, for the most part, not all of them, there are some really expensive ones. But there's a lot of inexpensive Chromebooks out there. And I think that makes something, it appeals to people because it's inexpensive. And, even though it's not a Windows or Mac, it still does probably what most people want to do with their computers. So that is an interesting news also, that it actually might have beaten, outsold Macs in the US. But one of the things that we know also is that Mac sales in the US have really, really, really gone down in the past months. So it might be more of a downturn for Mac rather than a upturn or an upswing for Chromebooks also. Well, a group is going to court and is saying, well, you know what, we want to have the FBI release all of its hacking tools information. We want to know what they use and what they do. And they say, well, you know what, we should be able to know what they use because of our own security and our own way of, having private data. So, of course, this will probably never work, but it's an interesting try. And finally, in the anniversary update, Microsoft has released a bit of information saying that, especially for all of the enterprise users, it will be now much easier to interact with Edge and Internet Explorer together. Microsoft pushed Edge a lot, but the thing is that some users need Internet Explorer 11 because of some compatibility with websites and with some features of intranets, for example. So now they said that they will make it much easier to change from one to the other when needed, and that they will make it simpler for anyone who wants to just move around between one and the other in their Windows 10 usage. And that's coming to the anniversary update. We know it is coming to the enterprise version. We're not really sure if it's going to be there for all versions, but we do know that at least it's going to be there for enterprise versions. So that was the Tech News Update for Monday, May 23rd, 2016. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. Maybe you have a feature or a problem or something you'd like me to maybe help you with. Of course, you can ask your questions. Give us thumbs up, and by subscribing, you'll know when new videos are online. Thank you so much for watching.